Hey everybody, and welcome to Keep Drawing. Today we're going to learn how to draw a great white shark, just like this one. So let's get started. You can start with a line that goes across the top of the page for the top of the shark's head. There'll be a bump in the center for the shark's eye. Next we'll draw the point of the shark's nose. Make a line that comes down for the front of his head and then forms a bump where his upper jaw is going to be. And now we'll draw another line for the top of the shark's mouth. Notice that it curves just a little bit there in the corner. And your next line is for the shark's lower jaw. And we can finish his mouth with this other curved line. Now add a tiny line at the bottom of the page for his throat. Our next step is a few tiny wrinkles and a line for the shark's gums. Now we will draw a circle for the great white shark's eye. Notice that it's just under that bump at the top of his head. White sharks are famous for their solid black eyes, but we're going to leave just a tiny circle in the center here for reflection. Next comes my favorite part, adding the teeth. Start with two that overlap in the front. Then continue with triangles that point slightly inward and become smaller as you go towards the corner of the mouth. Now add a layer of smaller teeth in between each of the larger teeth. Just like this. And now let's add teeth to the lower jaw. These teeth are narrower than the others, and they point slightly outward. And they get smaller towards the corner of the mouth. Now the basic drawing of our shark's head is done, so it's time to darken the eyes and add some details. And be careful not to color that tiny reflection in the middle. Once the eye is solid black, add another layer of teeth on the bottom jaw. Next, go back up to the gums and add a few lines to show where the teeth attach. A little dash in the center of each tooth is a good detail also. Great white sharks are usually gray on top and white underneath, so we'll draw a dividing line that goes from the nose down across the side of the head to divide those two colors. Then add the nostril, just a little squiggly line colored in black. I really hope you enjoy adding all these details. Our shark is really starting to take shape. Make sure that you pause if you need to catch up. The next important step is adding a bold outline. It will help our shark really stand out. I'm using a Sharpie with a bolder tip to go over some of our lines. Starting underneath the shark, I then trace the corner of his mouth, add a scar to the lower jaw, and trace over the front of the shark's nose. Next, I'll trace that bold line across the top of his head. and add some detail lines around the eyes. Let's follow that with a few more details, just to add some realism. Great white sharks have rough, blotchy skin, so I'll add a few dots for texture, like this, and some more scars around the lower jaw. All these little extra details really help give your work a realistic look. And now, as we're finishing up this drawing, it's time to get ready for coloring. Great white sharks are not the most colorful animals, so I'm just going to use a few colored pencils to finish up the job. I've already started with gray on top, and I'm going to use pink for the gums first. And after that, use red for a really cool detail. Great white sharks always seem to have little cuts and sores on their gums, and we can add that with our red colored pencil. The only thing left is to color our shark gray on top, because we're going to leave everything underneath white. And there's our finished great white shark. What a beauty! I really hope you enjoyed having as much fun drawing this shark as I did. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.